everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I've come up with another topic that is events. So here we have some of the events which are functioning in JavaScript. So what events are basically? Events occur when something has happened. Now for example, we have this mouse moving over here. When I move the mouse randomly, there is nothing happening on the screen except for the movement of the mouse. But when I take this on this continue button, you see that there is a color change in the button. So this is because an event has occurred. The event is that the thing moved on to this button. Now when I click this, the on click function is going to occur. Now the on click function says that when you click an element, this event is going to occur. When I click this, the slide changes. Now that's how it is. Now here we have on load. Now this is going to happen when the page is completely loaded. Now for example, I have a website which has to welcome you as soon as you enter. But this is going to happen once the loading of the website has been completely done. So this is how it occurs on unload. When the page has not been loaded properly due to some network issues or something, the computer has to show some kind of error and it has to show that you have to check your data or something like that. So this will happen when the page has not been loaded. Then we have the on change. It occurs when the content of a form element and the selection or the check state have changed. Now, for example, we have this where the state of something has been changed. The on mouse over occurs when the pointer is moved onto an element, onto one of its children. Now, for example, if I move this on here, the color changes. If I move this over this thing, I can just move it around. So this will happen when the pointer is on some element. On mouse out occurs when the mouse has just moved out of that element. Now, for example, I'm here over the continue button, I'm constantly moving it here. Once I move it out of this, the button has changed its color. On mouse up, it occurs when we release our mouse button over an element, like this way, when we double tap and do this. On black occur when the element loses its focus. This is usually for like the cameras kind of thing or some pictures and stuff this happens with. When your camera is getting blur, you have to make a function which is gonna happen over there. And on focus when an element gets focused. So this is some of the basic events that are happening. Now let's display an alert pop-up when the user clicks a specified button. So this is an example of it. On clicking the button, the hide there function is going to be printed out. So here are a few of its examples. The on-load and on-unload events are triggered when the user enters or leaves the page. This can be useful when performing actions after the page was loaded, as I've already said, you guys. Similarly, the window on load event can be used to run the code after the whole page is loaded. As I said, that the welcome kind of thing is gonna work after the page is totally loaded. If the page is not loaded completely and I function the welcome thing, that is gonna be of no use absolutely. The on-change event is almost used on text boxes. The event handler gets called when the text inside the text box changes and focus is lost from the element. Now here's how the on change works. So this is an example. It's important to understand events because they are essential part of dynamic web page. Now, the add event listener method attaches an event handler to an element without overriding the existing handlers. You may add many elements, many event handlers to one element. You can also add many event handlers of the same type to one element. The first parameter is events type, like click or mouse down. The second one is when we want the function to be called, and the third one is a boolean value specifying whether to use the event bubbling or event capturing. This parameter is optional and will be described in the next lesson. Note that you do not use the on prefix for this event. Use click instead of on click. So here is a very basic example of this one. So yeah guys, that is it for today's video. If you like the video, just like, share, subscribe, comment down below and press the notification bell. Thank you.